Alright guys, welcome back for another video on HAIKYU Fly High, and today I'm going to talk about bonus training, which I feel like is probably going to be one area of the game that a lot of people have overlooked so far. Now, if you just simply take a look at the missions, you will see there are absolutely loads of missions. It's actually split into 3 different rounds. There are absolutely loads of things you can do, and same thing for redeem, it's split by different rounds, and you actually need to use some of your stickers before progressing to the next round. So a lot of people think, oh, this is probably pay to win. I actually have to buy things with diamonds or money, etc. to actually get them. But that's not right, because what you can actually see is that all of the energy bar and also the stickers can be carried over. So if you actually take a look at what happens right now, for example, right now, if you take a look at my mission, you can see I didn't do any of my bonus training this time around. However, I already have a huge number of energy bar and also some stickers carried over from the previous round. And basically every single round lasts for 2 weeks. So that's what I'll be referring to later on as a cycle. So every single cycle is going to be made up of 2 weeks, and whatever you don't actually use up, both of the bars and also the tower stickers, they can be carried over. So the ideal strategy is for you guys to actually save it up and then try to do all of them in bulk. And I'll be showing you guys exactly all of the calculations so you know exactly what to do, what's the best strategy to optimize your rewards here. Now, one thing I do want to also mention is that if you actually take a look at this, what you will see is that actually, sorry, not here. If you take a look at the reward info, it says you will receive sports tower sticker times 2 for each bonus training. This is actually wrong. So this was the rate you will get on the Taiwan version and also the JP version, I believe. However, on global, they have actually updated this rate and they didn't update this translation. So if I actually show you right now live, you can see I have 128 towers right now. If I just simply do 10 bonus training, first of all, you can see I haven't done any training so far, right? So I didn't get any of those reward. I'm at 128. If I do 10 bonus training, what's actually going to happen if I just wait for this to finish is that you will actually end up getting 120 tower stickers. Okay, so every single bar is equivalent to 12 stickers, which will be the conversion rate I'll use later on in my calculation. So definitely don't pay attention into the description here. This is definitely wrong. It should actually be times 12, not times 2. Okay, now let me show you of the calculations I've done and also what's going to be the most optimal strategy to maximize your rewards here. So there are going to be a few things you want to consider. I'm just going to go through them one by one. The first thing you want to calculate is going to be how many bars you can actually get per event. So one event lasts for 2 weeks, okay? Afterwards, all of the missions and all of the shop is going to be reset, even though you can carry over all of your rewards. So how can you get those bars in each event? So there are going to be a few things. So number one is that you can get some on a weekly basis, okay? So if we go to the weekly mission, you can see here we can get 5 every single week. So that's what I have here on the weekly mission, 5 back, 5 bars back. And then in free time, if we actually take a look at casual games, you can add up all of this, okay, every single week, and that's going to give you 9 energy bars in total. So that's basically what you can get on a weekly basis. And then on daily basis, you can get that from the daily quiz and the exercise. So from the daily quiz, you can get every single day, you can get 2 back. And then for the daily exercise, if you're able to complete the last level, you are able to get guaranteed 3. However, actually every now and then, depending on whether you actually land on some of the rewards, so this part is more RNG, you can get some extra bars back as well. Here in calculation, I'll just calculate the guarantee 3 times, but in effect, it should actually be more than that. So I'm just going to add a plus sign here. So in every single event, so basically 2 weeks, what we can obtain is going to be the weekly ones. We're going to times that by 2 because one event is 2 weeks. And then in the daily ones, we're going to times by 14 because they're 14 days in 2 weeks. So in total, you're guaranteed at least 98 bars and potentially even more because of the daily exercise. Now, that's going to be how many bars we can get per event. Now, let's talk about how many bars you actually need in order to complete the mission. Because the thing here is that when you actually complete missions, you actually get some bars and also stickers back. So as a result, it's actually going to be recommended for you to go all the way to the end because that's basically a very nice return. Actually, in reality, the best return is actually if you just do 10 trainings every single cycle. However, obviously, because 10 trainings every single event. However, because we need to get like at least 98 bars every single event, if you just do 10 every single time, you're going to have so much left over. And then with all of the ones left over, you want to head all the way to the end, okay, to head all the way to 550. Now, even though it says 550 times, so you do actually need to run or do this bonus training 550 times, but because you get loads of different rewards on the way back, you don't actually need to save up 550 times in advance. And in fact, if we actually add up all of the rewards we're able to get, we can actually get 523 stickers and also 102 bars throughout that. However, for that 102 bars, 7 of them is only at the very end, so you won't actually get that till you hit 550 in total. So if we then actually want to calculate how many times you actually need to save up in advance, it's going to be 550, right? You need to run 550 times minus the 102. However, you are going to take away the 7 out of that 102. So that basically means it's going to be 455 bars in total that will be needed in order to complete all of the missions in one go. So, and if we then calculate, for example, before, we can save up 98 bars every single 2 weeks. In order for us to save up 455, what that basically means is that we need to save up for 5 events. And then on the 5th event, we would then have enough currency or enough bars to go 550 times in a single attempt to complete all of the bonus training mission. So that's basically why now if we actually talk about the calculation for stickers, we actually want to talk about in one cycle of 5 events, so every 10 weeks, okay? So now let's talk about stickers. How many stickers can we actually get in those 10 weeks or 5 events? So first of all, we can obtain 5 times 98, so at least 490 bars in 5 events, which is kind of why I said, okay, that's going to be more than enough for you to actually complete all of the runs in one go. And if we actually think about this, this is actually even enough if we just do 10 bars each for each of the first 4 events. Because when we just do 10 bars each for the first 4 events, what's that going to mean is that we're going to have 450 bars left over. However, with those 450 bars, remember, every single time when we just do training 10 times, we're also going to get 3 bars back from part of the rewards. So we are actually going to get 3 times 4 as well. So that's going to be 462 bars, which we'll actually be getting by the time of the 5th event. And remember what I said here earlier, you only need 455 in order to guarantee to hit all the way to do 550 times. So 462 is more than sufficient for you to complete 500 trainings on the 5th event. Okay, so that's basically what we need to know. Now, if we then think about the stickers, so every bar we can get 12 stickers on average. So for the first 4 events, what we can actually get is 10 times 12 because we'll be doing 10 trainings, so that's be 120. And also at the same time, we have those 3 stickers and 5 stickers here from the reward. So that's going to be 8 stickers back. So for the first 4 events, it's going to be 128 bars each. And then for the 5th event, you are going to go all the way to 550, which remember, right? From 550, you get all of those other rewards on the way as well, which I've already calculated earlier on. It's going to be 523 stickers. So then the calculation here is going to be 550 times 12, because each bar gives 12 stickers, and then plus a 523 from the reward. That's going to be 7,123, okay? So in total, in a cycle of 5 events, we can get, for the first 4 times, it's going to be 128 each, so 128 times 4. Then add on the 7,123 from the last time round. So in total, it's going to be 7,635 stickers we're able to get in total within those 5 events or 10 weeks. Now let's take a look at the store to see exactly what we actually want to exchange. So the store is made of 3 rounds, okay? If you actually take a look, in order to progress to the next round, you actually need to hit a minimum number of stickers. However, some of the rewards are not actually that good, so you need to pick which reward you want. For round 1, you always want to pick this recruit ticket because nothing else here is worth it, and that would also allow you to hit the requirement in order to progress to the next one. So that's kind of why in round 1, you always want to spend 300 stickers. Now round 2, there's actually going to be a few choices. Because for round 3, you only need 600 stickers. So in theory, if you just literally want to progress to round 3 as fast as possible, what you can do is probably get this epic potential or memory and just do it twice, and that will allow you to save up currency for the next one, for what you really care about. However, those 2, I don't know, I personally am not a great fan of that, and I think probably the most valuable one out of all of this is either going to be the stamina or the fragment. I'm just going to pick stamina here for now because there's a higher number, just in case you guys also want to go down stamina route. I want to show the calculation still hold. So if we actually take a look at stamina, if we actually want to do this twice, because you need to do this twice in order to get above 600, right? So for round 2, you're going to use up 450 but times 2 in order to actually progress to round 3. And then round 3, what you really want to get is going to be the milk voucher. Okay, so that's going to be 1080, and you want to do this 4 times because that's a purchase limit, and that in total is going to be 5,520. Now you may be wondering, why don't you want to get a recruit ticket as well? To be honest, you can get 1 or 2 recruit ticket every now and then as well. However, value-wise, you can see 1 recruit ticket only costs 300 stickers in round 1. Why would you want to go all the way to round 3 and spend even more stickers on the same ticket, right? So that's kind of why I'm not going to consider this as part of the calculation. But you will see in the end, even with all of my calculation, you are going to left with some stickers left over every now and then. So you can use those to buy those tickets as well if you really want to. But right now, I'm just going to consider round 1, you buy the ticket, round 2, you buy the stamina twice, and round 3, you buy all 4 of the milk. That in total is going to be 5,520. So remember what we had before, we're always talking about a cycle of 5 events. And for the first 4 events, because we will only be doing 10 bronze each, we won't have enough currency to go all the way to the end. So what we will be doing is that we will only be exchanging for just the ticket, okay? So that's going to be 300 times 4. And then for the 5th event in that cycle, what you're going to do is you're going to head all the way to round 3 and get all of the milk and stuff on the way. And then you're going to plus 5,520. And that in total basically means for every 5 events, you want to save up at least 6,720. If we take a look at how much we can obtain, 7,635, that's a lot more than here. So this is going to be more than sufficient. And in fact, you will have at least 900 plus stickers remaining. Now, here's what I said. You can potentially use this to buy the recruit ticket if you want. However, you want to make sure you always save up at least 688 stickers remaining. Because for the first 4 events in your cycle, because you will only be doing 10 rounds for those 4 events, you won't actually have it so much stickers to always spend 300 on the reward. So that's kind of why you actually want to save out 688 stickers in advance to make sure that for the next 4 events in a row, even though you only do 10 trainings, you still have enough stickers to exchange for the recruit ticket, okay? So you can definitely spend whatever you have remaining, just make sure you save at least 688. And that's it. Pretty much, right? You can probably already tell it's quite mathematical. So sorry if I have lost you on the way. But if you just want a simple conclusion, okay, here it is. Basically, what you want to do is you just want to do 10 trainings every single time in order to get 3 bars and also 8 sticker back. That's the highest return. However, you are going to have loads of things saved up as well. And by 3 or 4 events, what you're going to do is you're going to build up a stock. And as soon as your stock is at least 448, actually no, it should be higher. I had to update this number, sorry. It should be 455. And when your stock is at least 455 bars, what you can then do is you can complete all 550 trainings in one go. And in that cycle of 5 events, this will actually give you enough to exchange for tickets in round 1 for the first 4 times when you're actually building up your stock of bars and towers. And then in the very last time when you're actually doing it in one go, you will then have enough tickets to hit both the tickets in round 1 and then also the stamina in round 2 and also of the milk vouchers on round 3. And that's how you can optimize the rewards in this bonus training.